Hello, happy Tuesday, and welcome back to Sea Turtle Inc. My name is Wendy Knight. I'm the Chief Executive Officer here at Sea Turtle Inc., and we are up for another very exciting day. We are here to release 7 of our hospital patients today, and we thought we would take you along for the entire process. So we're going to go here into our temporary hospital that we've been working in since we've been trying to construct the new hospital. And we're going to watch our rehab and animal care staff pull our patients. We're going to load them up, and then we're going to go release some turtles. So here's our first patient. We're going to get them all. So what they're doing now is we have completed the outtake process. We've done all of the final blood work and all of the additional tests. This is Emily, our life support systems manager, and she is headed off into the truck to load up our final patients. Now I'm going to stop you right here and ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Who was that patient that you had?
That was Kirby.
Kirby. Now, how did Kirby get to us?
Kirby was stuck in the rocks at the Boca Chica jetties, and she was really, really wedged, so it actually wore away bits of her shell.
So she's all good to go now and ready to be evicted.
Exactly, yeah. She grew her shell back completely, and she just has a little bit of a scab left, so we are sending her on her way.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll let you get the next one. So an interesting fact you may not know is Sea Turtle Inc. has a wonderful intern program, and I'm actually standing here with Corey. Corey started with us as an intern. She came back a second year as an intern, and now she's with us full time. Corey, who do you have?
I actually have. Shorty's
Corey?
going right back.
All right. So Corey's going back, and Emily's coming back through to get the next one. So Emily, this is our life support systems manager, Emily. Emily, who did you have when you came by?
I had Bilby.
Bilby. What an interesting name. Do you know why he was named that?
Yep. So Bilby was found by a member of the public, and so they wanted to name him that. He was actually found on the same day as one of the other patients that's getting released. So they washed in after a storm. They got trapped in a tide pool that was formed. And then when the storm went away and the water receded, they got trapped in those rocks.
I see. So something, I'll let you get back to it. Something you may not know is that if you, as a member of the public, see a sea turtle in need and you rescue it and let us know, we let you name it. So that's how we have so many interesting sea turtle names. So now one more time, who do you have?
This is Capybara. He was found in a tide pool.
Okay, and I see he got a little injury to his shell there too.
Yes.
But it's all healed up and ready to go back.
All healed up, ready to go.
Awesome. Let's go get him back then. Let's go watch a pull one. So this is our temporary hospital. This is where we're doing all of the work while we're trying to complete our hospital construction. And I'm going to take y'all back over here and try to stay out of the way, but give you a shot of us getting our patients out of their pool and letting them go back into the Laguna Madre Bay. So who are we trying to capture right now?
This is Okapi.
Okapi. What an interesting name. So as you can see, Emily is using the net to get him out, and he's kind of a little bit bigger than our past patients that you just saw. So Casey is small but mighty and is going to pick him up and get him straight into the truck to be ready. So that is how many patients so far, Emily? That is 5 patients. Okay, so 2 more to go. So, Emily, we're moving to this new set of tanks. Why are these in separate tanks?
Yeah, so these are our FP patients. So that means these turtles have a virus called fibropapillomatosis. It's basically a form of the herpes virus, and it causes them to have tumors all over their body. So they have to be kept separate from the patients that don't have the virus because it's very contagious. And obviously, we don't want to spread it amongst our patients. So the 2 patients they're pulling right now are Asteroid and Mr. 956. I know, it's a good one.
Mr. 956.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they basically both stranded. They were stuck in the rocks, just like the other patients, but they stayed here for longer because they have the virus. They both had to go through surgery to have the tumors removed. So they both actually had surgery about 2 weeks ago. The tumors haven't grown back. They recovered really well from surgery, and they're ready to go.
Awesome. And as far as we know, once the tumors are gone, they don't grow back.
They actually do eventually grow back, but unfortunately right now there isn't a cure for FP. So the most that we can do is just remove the tumors, kind of reset them back to 0. Sometimes they grow back really quickly. Sometimes it takes them a really long time. Asteroid, for example, he actually stranded 3 times. The first time he did not have FP. The second time he had 1 small tumor on his eye. The third time, so we removed it that second time. The third time he stranded again, he still only had the one tumor on his eye. So for him, It seems to be very slow growing, which is great.
Well, I think the moral of the story is he has good taste because he keeps coming back here. He knows will help him.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we have them loaded up. Let's head over and get settled in to start to release our patients. So our sea turtles at this time of year are released in the Laguna Madre Bay. That's where their best food source is. So as you can see, we're loading them up in individual trays in our 2 vehicles. And we're going to load up here in the car and just head right down the road for a minute to release them into the bay. And while we're making our way over to the bay, if there are any questions that you have about what's going on, this would be a great opportunity to put those in the chat. Because it'll be a great opportunity for us to answer those questions for you and give you a little bit of insight as to what we do every day, all day. So this would be a great to do that while we drive the very short distance down the road. Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Yes, I'm just jumping on stage. We've had so many people tuning in from different areas. We've got Florida, New Jersey. We do have some new people coming in. So Wendy, if you could just go over again about what we're doing here today and how many patients we're releasing. I think a few people have been asking. So just if we could just refresh everybody's memory as we drive over, I think that would really help.
Absolutely. Thank you for letting me know they're joining on. We're excited that y'all have joined. What you have missed so far is the exciting 7-patient release that we're currently live streaming. So we are releasing 7 patients from our hospital today. What we have done so far is we have done the outtake of those patients. We've done their final blood work, their final weights and measurements, and they've been pit tagged. And we are now loaded up from our temporary hospital that you're looking at right here across the video of from where we're at is our temporary hospital. And we are now pulling out of our facility parking lot, and we're going to make the very short drive right down the street to the Laguna Madre Bay, and we're going to release these 7 patients into the Laguna Madre Bay. So it's quite a variety, Sarah, of patients. Some of them were stuck in the Boca Chica jetties, which is kind of common this time of year, and a few of them have had a couple of surgeries with us since they've been here. So quite the variety of patients today.
Yeah, it's so great to see like the work that we do, and these are our favorite days, just release days. We do have a question, so 2 questions actually. So I'll give you both so you can talk about them. But we do have one, and it's how often do we rescue sea turtles? Was the first one, and the second one was when will the new facility be open?
Great. So the first question is probably the easiest one. I'll take that one. We rescue patients 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So depending on the year, on if there's a cold stun event or not, that could mean we take in anywhere from 300 to 5,000 sea turtles in a calendar year. From a rehab standpoint, and by rehab, what we mean is patients that were hurt, injured, or stuck unrelated to a cold stunning event. We typically take in maybe 100 to 150 rehab patients a year. And then on top of that, we are a cold stun responder. And that could be anywhere from 300 a year to 5,000 a year. It just depends on the weather. And then the next question is my favorite question, which is when will the new hospital open? And the answer is hopefully very soon. So we were quite challenged with a very rainy season last summer and a very early hurricane season this year. So it's caused a little bit of construction delay. But we are near the finish line. So I believe that the major construction will be done in the next probably 6 weeks. And we're shooting for an opening in January of 2025.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Wendy. We also have some really good questions coming in. So we do have a question, and it's, so why do we release on the bay side and not the Gulf side?
Absolutely. So I'm so glad that you asked this question because the answer is dependent on the time of year. So this time of year, most of our patients in our rehab center are Atlantic greens. And Atlantic Green's primary food source is seagrass. And the Laguna Madre Bay is ripe with seagrass. It is a shallow, highly salinitated bay, and they live where they eat. So this time of year, the water is warm. You know, sea turtles regulate their body temperature by the temperature of the water. So the water is warm and they're happy here. And when you'll see when we get them into the water that they immediately start to eat and then take off. So when it gets colder, which really will be in the next month, we will no longer release sea turtles in the bay. We'll release them directly into the ocean on the ocean side, and that's really because it's a bigger body of water, and therefore the temperature is a little warmer, and it's just a little better for them to regulate their body temperature in that way. And we have just pulled in, so I'm going to get out of the car here. And let y'all take a look at the process of unloading, Sarah, if that works.
Yeah. Do we have time just for one more question, which is a bit
of course
one? But
absolutely.
Do the sea turtles bite?
Sure, they're wild animals still. So if you put your hand near their mouth, they will absolutely bite you. So that is their nature. So what we're doing right now is we are unloading the sea turtles from the trucks here, and what you'll see is people in two different color shirts. So this is an exciting day at Sea Turtle Inc. because we have 3 volunteers that were selected to release patients today. And as we get ready, Anai, who's our educator, who's going to take over the broadcast today, is going to give you some information as they walk out into the water. But what you're watching happen right now is this is Chris Gorman. He's our director of animal care for Sea Turtle Inc. And these 3 lovely ladies in the black shirt are getting their very short how not to drop a sea turtle lesson. And the short version of what he's saying is hold it like a hamburger. And don't let it hit the ground. So that is the plan and what we're doing right now. So that is where we are going now. And we'll give Chris a minute to continue talking to the volunteers. And then we'll get everybody lined up. And we're going to walk to the water's edge and turn it over to Anai. So let me introduce you here real quick to Anai. This is Anai. She is our education specialist here at Sea Turtle Inc. Anai is actually going to make the trek out into the water and walk you through not only the release process, but how these lovely ladies in the black shirts got the ability to be here. How's it going over here today, Anai?
Great. It's a beautiful day at South Padre, not too hot, and the breeze is just right.
This is my favorite time to visit South Padre Island is in the fall, our version of fall, which is a mild summer to everybody else that lives in normal places with seasons. But this is absolutely the best time of year. Now, and just so you know, we had a couple of questions on the way over there, and I think Sarah's got some locked and loaded for you while you walk over as well. But they have already asked why in the Bay, and they asked about the hospital. So we've covered those items now, and we're going to give Chris the opportunity to wrap up the lesson on how to hold a sea turtle, and then we'll get going. I think that what you're getting to see on
That's Okapi.
what you're getting to see right now is, what's this turtle's name?
That turtle's name is Okapi.
Oh, great. And why was he here?
So he was severely entangled right off of the jetties at Isla Blanca.
Great. So what does medical care look like when that kind of injury? What did he come in with and what did we do?
So as soon as he got in, we took all of his intake measurements, photos, looked at what his injuries actually were, and then we got all of the line off of him and then assessed the situation and then started treating him with meloxicam, which is a pain medicine, and all of the normal antibiotics and fluids.
So really very similar to what you would assume an intake of a patient in a regular human hospital as far as care, oversight, and treatment.
Yes, very similar to human care, just with a sea turtle.
Great. So what we have now is we are loaded up with our patients, and I'm going to turn this over to Anai, and Bobby's going to hang right there with us, and we're going to get everybody together and walk out into the water. So with that, Anai, I'm going to let you and Sarah take it from here.
Hello, hello, everyone. We are so excited to release these patients today. Some of these patients actually have been with us for quite a long time. So I know this actually means a lot both to our staff as well as our visitors who are regularly seen in Sea Turtle Inc. So we are very excited to allow our volunteers to this opportunity as a big thank you for all of the work that they put in our organization year long. So we are now going to head out there to release some of these babies. Very excited. So, in case y'all did not hear earlier, so my name is Anai and I'm the volunteer coordinator at Sea Turtle Inc. So, if your dream has ever been releasing a sea turtle and meeting a lot of really cool people, you should volunteer at Sea Turtle Inc. In fact, I once used to be a volunteer here, and I can tell you from firsthand experience that it's a great place to come and give some time every once in a while to, see some friendly faces and learn not only about our beautiful oceans, but of course also work on those presentation skills and get out of your shell. Pun intended. Okay, so you might be wondering what exactly it takes to be a volunteer at our organization. So these wonderful people that you see today, everyone with a black shirt that has the word volunteer on it, were selected as part of our 100-hour club. What that means is that these volunteers have put in over 100 hours in one single year, or more actually. In fact, our volunteer Lori currently has quite a bit of hours. Ooh. And what happens is that once you reach those 100 hours, your name is entered into a raffle and then randomly selected whenever we do have patient releases. That way you're allowed to come out here and partake in this beautiful journey of releasing our patients. And these are patients, of course, that have been in our hospital for quite a while. So it's definitely my favorite part, being able to release these turtles and saying goodbye to them. So we're going to follow along. Now, you might be wondering. Oh, go ahead.
Hi. We just had some really great questions come up, so I thought I would just jump in and ask. So someone has asked, do we ever have patients return to our hospital?
Ooh, yes, that's a great question. So, in fact, we do see patients return to our hospital. In fact, we currently have a patient in our hospital named Asteroid who's been in our hospital for now 3 times. Yeah, he's being released today, in fact. And we hope that Asteroid stays out there. We love Asteroid, don't get me wrong, but our goal is rehabilitation. So, releasing these turtles back out into the ocean and hoping that they'll stay out there, they learn their lesson, will now grow into adults and reproduce, as a lot of these species are endangered. But sometimes we do see the occasional returner, and we're going to be able to identify them based on a chip inserted into one of their flippers, which will just give us a serial number, which we can then match to our databases. So yeah, great question. Any other questions, Sarah, I can answer?
Yes, we actually had another one about whether or not we track and put satellites on our patients.
Yeah, so we have we've only GPS tracked a small amount of sea turtles. Some of y'all that have been tagging on for a while might remember Star or Kemp Ridley's, who we did tag earlier last year. And we did like a whole series. So if you haven't checked it out on our Facebook page, definitely check it out. It is going to be quite a very funny, very educational experience talking to you about how Kemp Ridley's move around our Gulf of Mexico. But it is these little chips that we insert inside their flippers are not going to be used to GPS track, but instead are going to allow us to just check if these turtles ever do come back again. But great question. I do get asked that one quite a bit. So, as I was saying earlier, if y'all are interested in becoming a volunteer at our facility, we're going to put a link down below in the comments, sending you to our website. That way you're able to see what exactly it takes to become a volunteer at our facility. It is quite a simple process, and we are very excited to see y'all come on site, as a volunteer, or you can always come visit us as well. But we are very excited to release some turtles today. Now I'm going to chat up some of our volunteers. Now, Jackie, are you excited to release our turtles today?
Yes.
Who are you releasing today?
Bilby.
Ooh, that's so cute. Now this little turtle is just ready to go back into the ocean. Now, for those of you tuning in, we are releasing some of our patients out in the Laguna Madre Bay. In fact, this is going to be all one species, the Atlantic green sea turtle, and they're the most common turtle we see in this area. Now, these turtles are flapping and ready to go back out there. I know I would.
Anna, yeah, I'm just jumping in because we had a great question. Somebody asked, how do we know if it's the same turtle returning? And I think you may have mentioned a little bit about those tags, but if you could just explain again what we have for those flippers and how we know it's the same turtle returning.
Of course. So like I mentioned earlier, part of our process here at our facility is going to be inserting a pit tag. This is going to be a small, think of like a grain of rice chip that is inserted inside one of the flippers of these turtles. And although that doesn't GPS track them, it allows us to track them using the number in that chip. That way, oh, almost tripped. That way we're able to track if these turtles ever do come back into our facility. But it's a tiny microchip. Alrighty, we're just gonna wait, let everyone else catch up before we really start releasing our patients. So, Bobby, who are you releasing today?
This is Jellyfish, and she's so excited to be going home. She can smell the water. She's ready.
Nice, Jellyfish, are you ready to go home? Yahoo! See, I'm a turtle expert, and I know she's said that she's very excited. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started releasing this turtle. So, like I said, Bobby here is releasing Jellyfish. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead, Bobby. And there goes Jellyfish. Now we're going to look for something called a goodbye breath, in which Jellyfish here, oh, there we go. So she is going to give us one last breath before she goes off to probably eat her body weight in seagrass. Okay, next up, we have Lori. Now, Lori, who are you releasing today?
This is Capybara.
Capybara! Okay, go ahead and release the little turtle. Off we go. Now we're going to look for that goodbye breath. Come on, Capybara. Capybara. There we go. Yeah, I knew if I sang this song, it would work. Okay, Jackie. So who are you releasing again today?
Bilby.
Okay, Bilby, let's go home. Excuse you. Okay, Bilby. He's kind of orienting himself. He's like, nope, not that way. There he goes. Let's see if he gives us a goodbye breath. And he was ready to go. He's like, I'm out of here. Okay, so next up we have Kelly. Kelly, who are you releasing today?
Kirby.
Kirby. Oh my God, Kirby, we're going to totally miss you. So Kirby's ready to go home. Let's go ahead and let him go. Ooh, there goes Kirby. Man, Kirby was my favorite patient. I'm definitely going to miss him. Look at him go. Goodbye breath. Kirby has been in our hospital for quite a while, so he must have been like, I'm out of here. Oh, no, here he comes. And come on, Kirby. Well, you can still see him a little bit, but I think he's committed to go back. Okay, we're going to move on to our next patient being released by Casey. Casey, who is this?
This is Asteroid.
Asteroid. This is a turtle we've told you that's been here 3 times. So Asteroid, go ahead and go home and stay out there. See, goodbye breath. Oh, he's coming back around. These turtles were just ready to go back into the bay today. That makes us so happy. See if he's coming up. Keep on swimming, buddy. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and move on to our next patient, released by Emily Sullivan. So, Emily, who are you releasing today?
I'm releasing Mr. 956.
Mr. 956. Go ahead and go home. You're wondering where that name came from. Like they said, once again, if you report a sea turtle, you get to name it. Quite a unique name. Come on, Mr. 956. Oh, he's coming back. Wrong way. There he goes. He's going to give us a goodbye breath. There we go. Yay. Thank you, Mr. 956. Okay, and our last patient released is going to be released by Chris, our Director of Animal Care. Chris, who are we releasing today?
I got Okapi. Okapi's been here since May 25th.
Yeah, so Okapi's been a long timer, so he's definitely, look at him, he's ready to go out there. I know definitely for sure a lot of our volunteers are going to be sad to see Okapi go, but we are very proud of all the progress he's done at our hospital. Now, come on, Okapi, give us a good goodbye breath. Here he comes. Wow, look at him go. He was a victim of entanglement, so seeing those flippers being put to good use is definitely such a great thing. Oh, he's coming back. These turtles just love sea turtling so much. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We want to thank everyone for tuning into our live. This is definitely a very special occasion. Like I said, we're very thankful if you're a volunteer and you're watching. Very thankful for all of the work that you do. If you're watching, you're like, man, I really want to volunteer there. Go apply at our link posted down in the comments below. But with that, we wish y'all a great day and thank you for tuning in. Hope everyone has a great day. Bye.